graduated in 2016. I am currently working and planning on continuing my education. My first experience with campus life was spring break of my freshman year. Spring break my senior year, we had a speaker named Narup who spoke about prayer, which before the week had been difficult for me. And in his explanation, he talked about how even the disciples asked Jesus to teach them how to pray. Through Narup and other events with campus life, I've learned that prayer needs to be more of a relationship, a conversation with Christ. And that's definitely something that I'm going to take with me through the rest of my life. Campus life has given me stepping stones like prayer that I used in high school to draw back to Christ, and that I will be able to use for the rest of my life. But without campus life, I don't think that I would have been able to discover these stepping stones, if you call them, on my own. I want to thank all the campus life supporters, because without you, I wouldn't have been able to have the experiences that I did.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily Artzer. I graduated from Brighton High School in 2015. I'm currently pursuing my Bachelor's of Science in Nursing up in Wyoming. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the personal impacts that campus life has had on my life. I remember going to my first campus life meeting and thinking it was refreshing because the conversations we had were actually aimed at my age group. They weren't talking to us like we were adults about topics that we wouldn't understand. It was totally geared towards our age group and towards issues we would be facing. Every week it became something for me to look forward to. It became a break from school and life and everything that was going on in teenagers' lives that people don't realize. Slowly, as time went on, there became a bond between all the campus life students. And specifically in our first retreat, I remember feeling God moving everyone in the room, and how big of an impact that made on me, and I know made on my friends and everyone that I knew there. And campus life became my home away from home. And not only that, but it continues to have a big impact on my life. Starting in high school and as it's continued through now, has made me realize the importance of going to church every week, getting that God time in, getting involved in a church group, and having the support of good Christian friends. You don't realize how the people around you impact you, but they really do. So, lastly, I want to thank all the parents and the community members for their support of campus life. You don't realize how big of an impact campus life has on students, because it definitely had a huge impact on me.
Hi, my name is Alex Meyer. I graduated in 2014 from Brighton High School, and I am now serving as a missionary with Extreme Nazarene Missions in the city of Manta, Ecuador. And a large part of my journey, I have campus life and Kevin Langridge to thank. In high school, I was into about everything that you don't want your kid to be involved in. And I think the first thing that I went to with campus life was a Rockies game. When I first started going, I didn't even realize that it was a ministry. I didn't realize it had to do with God or Jesus or anything. And Kevin said every week something that really just started to impact me. And Kevin always used to say, "I love you all more than you know and more than you deserve." And that made me start asking questions like, why was he doing everything that it was that he was doing? I was in such a desperate need for that kind of positive environment that I just kind of stuck around. I started spending as much time as possible with campus life and with Kevin, helping out with anything I could, going to all the events, everything. And I really started to learn that the people that you hang out with, people you spend a lot of time with, really are the ones that start to define you. I had to drop some bad friends, and with those friends, some of the bad habits went as well. And then my senior year, I went to spring break with campus life. And that week that I spent in Florida, it really just changed the course of my life, where it was going. The last night of the talks, God really spoke to me, and I decided to give my life to Christ. And I remember being so excited and not having any idea what that meant. And so I talked to Kevin about that. And I had other questions, like, where should I go to church? Because I should probably start going to church. Should I get baptized, or why should I get baptized? What does that mean? and all these other questions that I had. And Kevin was the one that was there for me through all of that. Kevin answered all those questions for me, and he really put me on the right track. And so then I actually got baptized. And so I support Campus Life as a ministry for what it did to my life during high school. But I support Kevin because he kept being there for me after high school, when it was no longer his job to be there for me. This guy generally cares about your kids, about each and every one of them. He's been there for me through some really tough talks and some hard times in my life, and he's definitely a positive influence on my life, and a great friend. And God is using him, God is using this ministry to impact lives, to change the lives of kids like me. And right now I'm 4,000 miles away, planting a church in Ecuador, doing something I never thought I'd ever be doing, and all that journey really started with Campus Life. So thank you for your support. Thank you for supporting Ministry of Campus Life of Youth for Christ, and thank you for supporting Kevin. And really, thank you for helping to change the lives of other kids out there.